Take your weapon. Strike me down with all of your hatred, and your journey towards the dark side will be complete.
Hello gamers, and welcome back. Rumple here. I've got kind of a three-part video. As I was putting the video together, all these updates came out. So I'm going to put a little update section in and give you guys an idea of all the new stuff that's coming. And we'll go back and talk about Arena Shards, kind of a part 2. And then of course, Traya on farm. There I am at 42nd. I plan on doing much better than that. I have been farming like mad. And later in the video, I'm going to show you that. The 5 or so main teams to focus on, what phases to use them in. And then the next video to come out after this, I'm going to show you how to use the teams. I want to put a shout out to the guild. Too old for this Sith. It's a great guild. I want to thank you guys for having me. Got a great leader, good officers. The guild kind of runs itself, what I was hoping to find, and it's Sith related. So, awesome. Thank you guys for having me. Alright, let's go get into the updates. And I'm just going to skim through this. You can stop and read it. I don't make a long video. Solo movie launching double drops. The 25th to the 27th. Take advantage of those double drops. Start saving. Ships 2.0. There is some major upgrades coming with this. Reinforcement abilities. The starting fleet, the abilities updated. You need to read through this. I don't want to go through all this, but read through this. There are major updates, I think, in the ability arena or something. You talk about it's locked now. I'm hoping this is going. Oh, the timer. I was really happy for this. Timer's decreased. 7:30 to 5 minutes. So, Ships 2.0, big update. Go through that if you want to get more info. Quests. As your little icon down there in the bottom has changed. Levels, they're going to have like a starter guild. That might be later on here. Anyways, quests has changed. The menus have changed. Sorry, just pause through this and read it if you want. I'm just kind of show you what, and then you'll get titles now for profile changes. You're earning your titles, selecting titles. Pause here, read through it. Starter guilds, like I said a minute ago. Okay, so this is kind of neat because the way the game is going is getting bigger and bigger. Where do you start? I think something like this is much needed. Great idea. Chat, which gets me into later on when I get into the PvP shard discussion. I knew chat was coming out, and I knew it was going to exist in the shard. So when I made that video, I knew that, just to let you know that will be coming. A lot of chat things have changed. Pause it, read. Right there, you can like I said, the biggest thing is you'll be able to chat with people in your guild one-on-one and people in your shard, which makes the ability to create more gangs, I guess you could say, which we'll get into that later. Auto post raids. Stop, pause once again, read through here. I don't want to go through all this. Basic training events. Just neat stuff. Free ship omegas and reinforcement materials. I did not know about this. A one-time gift of reinforcement materials will be arriving on your end. Oh, so you're going to get some freebies here. Packs and bundles. I'll just go through here. Ships 3 vs 3 launch bundle. Reinforcement material bundle. Shard shuffle. Following characters are now farmable. You can now get Scion in 9A. You can get Visamar in 7B Dark, which I want to farm her. I think she'd be very well useful in raids. So that's good news there. Quality of life stuff. The Zeta badge indicator, which you will see. Just like I said, pause it, read through this. Just wanted to let you know, hey, Stuff is coming and lots of it. Kind of neat. Some fixes if you want to know about that. And that's about it. I skimmed through, like I said, really fast. Pause it, go back. That's all the updates that are coming. Now I want to move over into the shard. We'll do that next. And put my opinions now on... Okay, and we'll just start right here. I was looking for something, anything from the Swaga, anything of their opinion on the shard. I've not seen any videos on it. And this is what I was able to find. Another one, I'm not going to go through all this. Right in here, if you get in there, while we love the shard system, they like the shard system. So I believe they know what they were getting into. So with that said, in my last video, I came off, I am a Sith Lord, okay? So I came out with some, some passion. I wasn't totally angered. I loved the game. I guess you could say the parent came out in me. And I whined a little. But being a shard, like I said, maybe the game intended for something like this to happen. So if that's the case, there's nothing to get mad at then, because that is the game, and that's the way it is. If there was a problem and they didn't know it, well, that's another problem. But I don't think that's the case. And then we'll go back to the chat, the shard chat. Knowing that was coming, that will create gangs or rivals or civil wars, is the thing I would like to call it, which could be a fun thing. You could actually have teams in the Arena Shard battling for your gems. So there are many ideas that could come out of that. Now, if you don't like that, well, I guess you're kind of stuck. I'm not saying that's the way it is, but my perception, I'm seeing that in a long term. If you've got 1,000 people that keep playing a game, and a couple years go by, and it takes them, but they will build up to get into the top 10, top 20. They will have the opportunity to talk to whoever they want in that new shard chat. So let's go look at that here, shard. Sorry. Right here in chat. I'm thinking Arena because that's where it's going. So the leader of my Discord shard server already made one, and you can see right here, Arena Shard chat. This is new. You can make as many as you want, so I can make another one and go make one and invite players. This right here will create little teams. It will create biases in there. So with that said, that may be what they wanted from the shard system. I truly don't know. I'm just putting a different perspective out there from my last video. In my opinion, I think it's kind of interesting. I kind of like it because, like I said, I've got a good shard group. Now, with this being said, this new chat, anyone in there can go create another one, and boom, if 4 or 5 or 6 people leave, and these are top contenders, well, you've got a little civil war right there. So, this is just an opinion, okay, guys? I'm seeing this as a possibility. There's just no way to not see it. Right here, I can create it. Someone else can create it. We've had a bunch of people join. I actually think this has grown bigger than Discord. A few of them that joined didn't need Discord. Weren't on. I'm sorry. A few of them that joined were not on Discord. So maybe they like the idea of not needing Discord. So here you go. Now, you can't save things and delete things and put emojis in there and da-da-da-da-da, but you can communicate. And this will create the possibility of multiple teams inside your shard. Okay, so that's about it on the shard. I don't hate it. My son happens to be, my apprentice, happens to be in a position where he's not, it's not an open invite in that particular shard server. Well, with this, he can try to create one. Other people can try to create one. This right here will create the opportunity to combat that. So, I guess it's kind of an answer. My last video, I was like, pray to the gods, see that. Well, this could change things right here. New chat. You don't like it? Create a new one. Okay. So, that is my opinion on that. I think it can be kind of good. It can open up many new avenues. Now we are going to move into. Oh, now I know you can start Arena. Traya. Okay, we're gonna start the top. These are just, and there are many configurations out there. I just put 5 teams together that you can use across the 4 phases. And I do not have JTR, but I need JTR, so I figured that's the team I need to get JTR. I am JTR ready. I got that out of the way. You will need it. Phase 1 is pretty much JTR. Our guild doesn't send anybody in but JTR, so yeah. So there you have it. I'm JTR ready. Phase 2. Pow. Now, you can score decent damage with your Sith. Don't think you can't. Right there you have it. I almost got 1,000,000. And now I am thinking about swapping out Tarkin. His damage is lower. And I was more or less going off the turn meter reduction. But there are many configurations here. You get to 1,000,000 off one team, and you got 50 teams in Phase 2. Like I said, we're a Sith guild. There you have it. So, CLS. Now, this is an interesting team. And there are different configurations and a better configuration. If you have Chirrut in place of Rex and Poe, believe it or not, in place of Jedi Anakin, I believe works better. But it is what it is. This is what I have to work with, so I went the quickest route. I do have Poe on farm. He's easy. He comes from Cantina Energy. You could, if you spent 10 shards a day, that's 300 shards in a 300 shards a month. Sorry. So easy farm. Now I'm going to get in and show you what you can do with this team. Okay, this is my first run. And I just went in and battled blind. No plan attack. No nothing like that. 250,000, 264,000. No Zeta on hand. And no Gear 12. So in my opinion, I thought I did fairly well. But that's actually crappy. You can do way better than that with a few minor upgrades and having a plan. The plan is you've got to have certain tunes at certain speeds to perform your Phase 2. I'm going to get in that in my next video and show you how to do that. So, with a few upgrades, let me show you what I did. Hand to Gear 12 and no Zeta. This is no Zeta, sorry. That's what's cool about this. I bumped my score almost double. All with the Gear 12. Oh, and a plan. It is key in these phases to do things in a certain way for these teams to work. My CLS, to give you a basic idea, Traya I think is 180 speed. You want your Death Trooper to go right after her. You want your hand to go after Death Trooper. He death marks Traya. So you want CLS, Rex, and of course JKA, your fastest, faster than 180, going first. JKA is supposed to put your offensive up, so I've not had much luck doing. I'm putting crit chance mods on him. He has like a 40% crit chance rate with no crit chance mods. So I'm thinking if you get him at a 60 or 70% crit chance rate, it will help. He needs that crit to get the offensive up. So anyways, then Traya goes, you want your Death Trooper to put death mark on her before your hand goes. And that's where you want your Zeta to come in. So I know my next score with Zeta on hand, this will go way up. So that's what you can do right there, just with little upgrades. So this is a decent score for your guild. If you had 50 players doing this damage, well, that's just off this team. Okay. Alright, CLS. Now I have not had a chance to use my First Order team yet. Not in the heroic. And, we finished the raid before I got a chance to use it. But that will be a Phase 3 team, and possibly Phase 4. They work in both phases. And then my Night Sister team, which I finally just got to 7-star. This is your Phase 4 primary team. And you can do 1.5 mil easy. I've got some gear upgrades to do. I need to get to at least 11. But where I'm at now, I'm at least getting on the board. I'm one more player helping the guild get on that Phase 4. I do recommend the 2 Zetas from Zentress for sure. And there you have it. This is how a basic idea of how these are So these are the 5 teams you should shoot for. It's a team per phase with an extra team. Good setup, and then of course you've got your kitchen sink and everything else you can throw at them. You can actually do another Sith team with a Zal lead, Dooku, Vader. Believe it, it works. TFP. So you can run 2 Sith teams in phase 2. I just want to put that up there. I wanted to give you an idea of how to run this and where I'm at and how I'm working. I'm kind of excited. It's neat working for something. It wasn't fun putting that Zeta on hand, I must say. Making him gear 12. Then I had to Zeta him. But kind of like paying a tax. You got to work. That's why I kind of like this game. It makes you go out of your way to get certain things. That's what separates the people from going out of their way and getting them. If you don't go out of your way to get it, well, you're not going to have it. And I'm a Sith Lord. I couldn't continue on with not having a Sith. And when Jedi Knight, when Jedi Luke comes around eventually, he's going to be the counter for Traya. So I'm also a Jedi. You've got to do this to succeed through this game. So I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you, Swaga, for the chat in the Shard channel. I think that will help. I think you answered a few of my own questions where it was going with Shards. That it answered it. And I will see y'all soon. New video coming up with how to work these teams in those phases. Oh, and of course, come check us out on Discord. You can ask me anything you want personally. A lot of good, smart Siths in there. It's how I got into my Sith guild. I want to thank you, the man with no name.
Your field skills are no match for the power of the dark side.